Okay. Today we're going to learn the halachas of matanos levyonim. So it's very interesting. I know, but in Purim people give a lot of tzedakah, and sometimes you could give on Purim $10,000 and not makam the mitzvah of matanos levyonim. How could that be? It says over here in Shulchan Aruch in Tartzad, Chayav kol adam litin lefochas shte matanos l'shnei aniyim. You have to give at least 2 presents to 20, meaning to each one. Okay, so it says the Magen Avram, since the Lashon and the Gemara and Shulchan Aruch Chayav, you have to. So he says, the Magen Avram says, Mishaloi v'lo mishal moes maaser. You have to give them the matanos levyonim from your own money, not from moes maaser. Let's say somebody, Baruch Hashem, a lot of people give today maaser, they put my money aside and only come they give money from the maaser. And Purim, if you give $10,000 for moes maaser, you do not make mitzvahs matanos levyonim. Because why? Since the matanos, it's a chiyuv, Chazal put it as a chiyuv, chayav adam matanos levyonim, and you cannot pay reya choyvoy. Mi maaser, you cannot pay your debts from maaser. So if you paid $10,000 tzedakah from your maaser money, you did not make mitzvah matanos levyonim. It's chiyuv, you cannot pay from maaser. So what you have to do, you have to give from your own money. Oh, so there's a continuation to this. Let's say you take a big bal tzedakah. So it says over here from the Ma'aril, v'im bal lohoisif moisif mishal maaser. Meaning, at least for 2 aniyim, you should give from your own money. At least for 2 aniyim, then you become the mitzvah. Now you want to give more, then you give a maaser, because it's not anymore chiyuv. If it's not chiyuv, memele, it is matanos levyonim, the rest of it too. But since it's not chiyuv, because I was makayim my chiyuv, now I could give already from maaser. So all of it is about the first 2. Now, how much to give? There is different. The Pischat Tshuva goes through this. How much? The Sharet Tshuva. How much is maaser? Different opinion. But emphasis to do the mitzvah min hamuvcha, not to be going into this to do ke'anius. You should give to each oni a worth of a meal. Depends obviously where you live. How much is the worth of a meal? I would say if you give to oni. For each only $25, that will be a nice meal to buy, an average meal anywhere at $25. 2 of them, 2 anim, each one $25. You makayim then the mitzvah of matanos levyonim from after the first $50 that you give to 2 anim, 25. Now you give as much as you want from your maaser money because you already makayim the mitzvah of matanos levyonim. Again, it's very important to remember to pay from your own money, not from maaser, the first 2. This way, then you can give from maaser. Okay. Now, why take the halacha will give by mishloach monas ishler you give the mitzvah is to give to one person. You makam the mitzvah as long as you give him 2 monas. We'll learn that about it another time. What's the 2 monas? By ba'anim it says hu matanos levyonim lashon rabim. You have to give at least to 2 aniyim, each of them 1. Why Chazal did it in such a way that by mishloach monas it's 2 monas to 1 person, and by anim that's 2 anim each 1. So there's 2. At least I saw 2 hesberim. One of the explanation of the Ran, he says like this. Mishloach monas shnei monas leish echad hainu la'ashirim, because the mishloach monas is not for aniyim. It's people that not ashirim doesn't mean over here very wealthy, but they're not poor people. For somebody is not poor, to give him one thing, it's not such a maybe respectable nesina. That's why you give him 2 matanos to 1 person. Mishloach monois lashon rabim. Mashenken and only by him, even 1 matanos is dover godol. So that's what the Ran says. That's enough. Okay, the question would be that why did they did then 2? What was matanos levyonim? Why 2 evyonim? By mishloach monos you do 1. So possibly there's an inyan to give 2, whatever is that number is. By mishloach monos say to give 1 person 2, and by evyonim give the 2 divided to 2 aniyim, because each one is enough. However, the Magen Avram brings another reason. Magen Avram kosav tam acher the mitzvah lechalek. Kach kosav abach. But tzorich the Eli Rabbi believe in tzorich. What's the main reason? L'chalek, what he means of here, mitzvah l'chalek, the Rambam writes, even you will give the same amount of tzedakah, $100, but if you divide it, you give it in 10 times, $10 each time, there is such a, it brings to zikuch hanefesh, because you get used to give more tzedakah in more times. It has more an effect on your nefesh. Possibly, since it's tzedakah over here, the more you mechalek the tzedakah, to more, it has more an effect on you. That's why this inyan lechalek, meaning divide the same amount, at least to two aniyim. Okay, just to finish off with this Rambam, it's very important. We have a lot of mitzvahs on Purim. Sudas Purim, matanos levyonim, mishlach monas, kosav Rambam, mutav laharbas b'matanos levyonim, milaharbas b'sudoso b'shlach monas. They're all important. It's very important mitzvahs. Sudas Purim, mishlach monas ishlareu, matanos levyonim is more important than everything. She'en simcha gedoylo mefa'ora, the biggest simcha el sameach lev aniyim. When you in a mode of simcha, you want to be happy, but what about thinking of the happiness of others? He says, then you doing maaser of Shechina. The Shechina that says in the Pasuk in Yeshaya, Hashem He does lahachiyas leven yidkoim. He goes to people with a broken heart and He gives them chayus. By you giving a matana la'oni or a gelt, you mechaya, then it's similar to the Shechina.